Howdy fellas, Frank and Dave back here again on YouTube. I have another updated build report on my Trumpeter Albatross flying boat. This is updated build report number 3. As left off from the last video, I went ahead and installed the interior inside the fuselage. I had the fuselage all closed up now. Before the fuselage was closed up, I went ahead and installed the clear parts, clear windows inside. And on the fuselage halves, I went ahead and on the exterior part where the windows at, where I pre-sprayed the aluminum around the windows, I went ahead and cut out some rectangular pattern maskings out of masking tape. They're about 5/16 long, about 1/4 inch wide, and I applied them individually each window to keep the overspray from getting on the windows once I finish up the fuselage. Once that was done, the fuselage was all closed up. I let it dry overnight. I went ahead and forwarded my attention to the canopy unit. The canopy unit itself is totally all plastic. Right here, as you can see, I applied masking tape. Everything else gets painted aluminum, along with the overall paint scheme of the model itself. Here it is with the fuselage together. The interior is inside. As you can see the maskings around the windows I use. This will prevent your overspray. Once you spray this aluminum all over again, you don't have to worry about it. Have no fears at all of getting paint on your finished windows, because you already pre-painted all the aluminum around the side here already. You install your windows from the inside with 5-minute epoxy or whatever kind of adhesive you want to use. Use rectangulars for your maskings on here. That'll prevent the overspray from getting inside your windows and ruining your model. Of course, this will be installed in the fuselage, and the maskings will be removed last once the fuselage is completely painted. Before I paint the fuselage, like I say, you got to think ahead and keep thinking all the time. In spite of the locations being filled with filler putty, on the top seam here, where the center wing joins at, along the nose here, and around here where the clear part fits. Because this clear section, the clear canopy, fits like this, and amazingly, it fits really well. There's no gaps on side. It feels very, very flush. It's real flush, so you have no fears of having imperfections. Once this fuselage, I'm using 5-minute epoxy to do that when I join this together. You can fill the seam here with no fears of getting on your windshield. So filler putty has to be applied here, top to here, adjacent from the canopy unit to the fuselage, the top wing section, in the rear trailing edge of the middle center wing section, where it fits on the fuselage, right here, fellas. As this fits here, the filler has to be applied here and be applied here. So you got 5 locations where filler is applied. Not that much of filler, just a smattering amount, just enough to fill in the seam, to let it dry, using wet sandpaper, with plenty of water. Go ahead and sand the seams down. Airbrush a coat of primer on it, reprime the whole model over again, because all the maskings are done. You already got it masked already. And you're good to go. You're ready for the finished color. So I want to be able to get the center wing section on it, and once the center wing section's on, let's go ahead and fill the parts of what needs to be filler. Use the filler putty. Once it's dry, I'll sand and prime, and once it looks good, she's ready for the finish. I'll go ahead and install the horizontal stabilizers in the rudder, and the whole fuselage unit is complete. I'll add the decals. I'll airbrush the yellow tail band on it. So I'll finish one unit at a time, so no rush, but that's the plan of attack on this build. And anybody interested in obtaining one of these kits, they're out there, boys. They're out there. And Amazon's got them real cheap. They got them down there for about $88. I can't guarantee the price will last that long. It's like everything else nowadays. It'll go down a little bit as a promotional thing. Once modelers starts buying these kits like that, the price goes up. Supply and demand. That's how it works. Like everything else. So far, joining the fuselage, there's no fit issues at all. Went together quite well. I was kind of worried at first about joining the fuselage with the interior tongue and groove on the opposite side of the fuselage when it wasn't glued at. I heard two, three snaps going like that. It's in there. So I was very relieved about that. The only tedious adventure on the model so far is the canopy unit. So you got to take your time when you're masking the windows around there, because one slip of the 11 blade, you'll ruin that and you'll curse yourself to the end of time. And like I say, it's a costly kit to put a boo-boo on it. So you want to take your time on this thing. Other than that, guys, I'm still at it. So on the next YouTube update, I'll have the center wing section, and you'll see where I applied the filler. And as I prime and fill and prime the sand down, you'll see the fuselage is actually taking shape to its entirety. It's not a really difficult model to build, guys. It's pretty simple. That just about does it on the Albatross right there. I have a little time to talk about some few things. I'm glad Alex is feeling better. I'm glad you're feeling better, buddy. You know, those kiddies ain't nothing to fool with. You just got to watch what you eat. Leave up a soda pop and stuff like that. That stuff there, boy, that kidney juice right there will put knots in your kidneys, buddy. So just got to slow down and take care of yourself. Backhead, thank you for the reply of my builds. Speedy, Panzer Bill, Aaron, all you guys are the greatest. And guys got any questions like that, any comments, fire them away. I'll answer them on the fly. I do the same for you. I really enjoy you guys' comments. You guys all been good to me. And you guys are very good modelers. And like I say, I've learned stuff too. I'm an old fart in the wind. I still learn. Like my pop used to say years ago, the day you stop learning is the day you stop living. So I'm living pretty good right now at my age, and I'm still learning. So I learn a lot of stuff off you fellows out there too. You guys do some really impressive work. And that's a general idea on the honest modelers. We learn off each other. We're all different. That's what makes us all great. You guys do great stuff out there. A lot of good information too. Information highway on the internet. Well, fellas, hands of time over there. Tell me about ready to get off here. And I'll probably have a couple more builds in between the build reports on my Albatross I'll be showing you. So stay tuned. I'll be back. And I appreciate everybody for your replies, your comments. And you guys are the greatest. Please subscribe. Happy modeling. You build a model, and you get confused, you get a little irritable like that. This ain't going on that. That's the time to put it down and get your eyeballs refreshened and think about it. But pretty soon the problem's solved. So thank you everybody for your comments, and please subscribe. I love you guys. You guys are the best. May God bless. We'll catch you later on the next YouTube. Bye, boys.